What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another exciting YouTube video. Today's video is going to be pretty interesting. If you can tell by that title, today's video is going to be a story time about how I set my house on fire. I know what you guys are thinking. Don't judge me because you're finna hear my side of the story. Before we get into the video, go ahead and grab you a snack, grab something to drink, because today's video is going to be pretty juicy. Probably not lengthy, but juicy, and y'all need to get comfortable. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and follow my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Twitter. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. What's up, YouTube? It was 8th grade year, and I think it was around the time I was graduating from 8th grade, going to high school. Now I'm not a freshman, but I'm a senior in high school. So with it being time for me to like transition to high school, and I'm about to get ready for my graduation, I think I was president at the time. I think I've told y'all that. I'm not sure. Correct me in the comments if I haven't. But I was president of my 8th grade year. I'm patting on the back for saying that, because you know, like, who doing it like me? But seriously, I think I was president my 8th grade year, and we were doing a fundraiser at the time. And let me see, because I'm not going off any notes or anything like this. This is just gonna be straight like off the dome. You feel me? So I want to say around this time we were doing a fundraiser for a little girl. God, if I could remember her name, I think it was like Paisley or something like that. She was a sweet little girl. She had orange hair, blue eyes. She was just such an adorable little girl, y'all. And I was able to present her a check, and also she had got a trip to, I think, Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, something like that. And mind you, I think at the time I was only supposed to be like presenting her a check. You know, I was supposed to go out there, just give her a check, and that was just literally it. Like, my principal told me at the time, like, just go out there, present her check, and call it that. I'm like, okay, boom, that's what that's easy. Maybe what? No sweat at all. Like, you feel me? Like, that's nothing. Like, well, at the time we had a really crooked principal at the time. Like, when I tell you the story times I could make about the encounterments I had with that dude, like, it's crazy. Anyways, but so it was getting around the time closer to presenting the check to the little girl, and I think it was about coming up to like maybe 2 to 3 days until it was time for me to like present her check. And out of nowhere, my principal, he's like, "Lynn, can I holler at you for a sec?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." And I'm like, "What's up?" And so he pretty much just tells me like, "Oh, I want you to give a speech, a little simple speech, you know, just do a little 1, 2, da 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 da." And I was like, "A speech?" Because I've never really like spoken to like that big of a crowd before. Like, it wasn't, I mean, I'm not a shy person, but like, I don't know, at the time I was sweating like so bad. I had, oh my goodness, you guys don't even understand. If I could put up pictures of how bad I would sweat, and how like when I get nervous, like I get nervous, I sweat easily. It was just grades 8 through 6, and you guys just have to be in that position. Like, and I think our middle school wasn't like huge, but it was a good chunk of people, and I've never had no experience with a microphone speaking out to a bunch of people, so I was nervous. But at the end of the day, I wasn't too nervous, because I wasn't like, people knew who I was. Like, it was Lynn. Like, what? Who didn't? I was like a celeb in my I was a celeb in my grade. But anyways, like I was saying, like, I was cool with it, you know. Like, I didn't have no problem. I really just would have wished that he would have had told me like at least a week or 2 in advance. Like that would have been a nice heads up, so I can run it by like a couple teachers, see if everything was correct, make sure I had correct spelling, all that extra jazz and whatever. But homeboy decided to do it like 2 to 3 days in advance. I want to say it was a day in advance, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember talking to another teacher who ended up being my godmother. Love her. And she was like, dang, that's so crazy how he ended up giving you that speech in such a short amount of time. So I wanted to say that it was a day, but I'm gonna go ahead and say 2 to 3 days, just to give myself some leverage. Um, but anyways, at that time, like I was saying, like I was president. I was in I was involved in school a lot. I was trying to pretty much just clean my record up, because I was going to high school and I wanted to pretty much just get myself as involved, have a good clean record, that yada yada yada. Because like I told y'all, I was not the best behaved child in middle school. So usually around that time, I would come home, probably eat something and hit it. Like when I tell you I would hit it, go to sleep for about at least a good hour or two. That was usually my routine, because like I 9 times out of 10 I was doing so much stuff, and I'm pretty sure I was in sports at the time too. So it's like every chance that I got home and I had a little glimpse of time, I would go to sleep just to give my body some rest. With that being said, since it was getting closer to graduation time, my parents knew. They said that it was going. I was cool with that. I knew that they were going. They said they were gonna go, and I don't know who. I think they just said that they were going. At this time, I mean, well, I have an older sister. Hopefully, I'll bring her on the channel one day. But I have an older sister. She's about 2 grades ahead of me, and she went to a school in another city. Um, so I didn't think that she would come. I mean, it wasn't, because it was like, I mean, yeah, yes, it was my graduation for 8th grade, but I didn't think it was something that, like, a whole bunch of people needed to be there for. Like, it was nice to have had her there, but like I didn't expect for her to be there. Like, I wasn't really too too worried. You feel me? Like, but later on, I find out that, well, I didn't find out. Well, I did, but I didn't, in a way. I don't know. Okay, so like I was telling y'all how I had like the presenting of the check thing going on. That happened, I want to say, that happened, was it the day before or the day after? I want to say that happened the day after. Yep, yep. If I'm, no, was that the day after? I can't remember if that was the day after or before, but let's just go ahead and say, because she was coming. Because it was so close in time. Okay, so like when I caught the house on fire, is like literally this, like around the same time like that I had my graduation. That's what it was. I'm pretty sure she came the day before, and then that's when that happened, and then after I had to do that. Okay, boom, perfect. I remember. I got you. Okay. So I had practice, and I had a lot of, like I told you guys, I had a lot of school activities. Like I told you, I had speeches. I was still in I can't remember what sport I was in, but I know I was in some type of sport for sure. And I was probably in like 2 to 3 other clubs. And I usually stayed after school. I stayed after school a lot. So I think I came home from school yet the day before I had my graduation. So it's the day before. My graduation is tomorrow. Today is the day that the big thing happened. So the day goes by, you feel me? Like, I do what I need to do at school. I did all the activities that I need to do. I stayed after school, like I said, because I was so active at the time. And I get home. But I think prior to, like, maybe like a couple days ago, my grandpa, he ended up oh, my grandfather, so he okay, so he is it's I'm laughing because it's so crazy how all this happened. Okay, y'all, so he comes over to the crib and he brings me, like, he always like do that like all the time. I think even till now, like, he just comes over and like bring us random food. Like, he'll bring us oysters, he'll bring us like Vienna sausages. But at that time he brought me what was it, mozzarella sticks. And so I like mozzarella sticks. I was geek. I was turned. I was happy. I was so surprised. I'm like, yes. And like all I think I did at the time, this was like my mama. She let me cook a lot at the time. Like I think once I got a little older and like I could start cooking for myself. Oh, it was over. It was over. I can cook. What? Okay. Anyways, so she at this time she let me cook a lot, like for real. And then on top of that, she was active too. I think she worked at this time. My dad worked at this time. Both of my parents was working. So, you know, it was nothing for me to like make a little quick snack or two, warm something up in the microwave, like put something in the oven. That was nothing. Like they didn't really care about that. So, like I told y'all, he gives me the fish sticks, I think, but like I said, it was like before this had happened. So I I decided to just like pop some on the stove. You feel me? Like so we have a fire stove. We don't have like a electric stove. So you know I get my pan. You feel me? I get some grease. Well, I get some vegetable oil and and so usually like it take a little minute. Like everybody knows that. Like I don't know how to speed up the process. I just wanted to eat and go to sleep. So I didn't know how to speed up the process of this oil getting hot so I can throw them in there. And so like I told y'all, I came home. I had one heck of a day. I was tired. My hair was probably falling off. Like I probably threw my book bag so far in my house and I don't so I go ahead, I throw the oil on. I set it on high because I'm thinking at this time, like if I set it on high, it'll just cook faster.
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite.
So I go to set it on high, and it's about like I think like two minutes go by. I'm like, man, it's taking forever. And I'm like, you know what, man, fuck that grease. So I'm like, man, fuck that grease. I know when it get hot when I hear it bubbling. So I go to my room, you know, just to lay down for like 5 minutes. I'm like, by the time I wake up, 5 minutes, like I don't even think I actually intended on going to sleep. I think I was just laying down on my phone. I was just laying down on my phone. I was laying down on my phone, just scrolling. My eyes start getting heavy. I'm like, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, trying to hear what's like, and so out of nowhere, you know, I fall asleep. You know, I mean, hey, it happens. And so, and when I go to sleep, like, I don't care what age period I was at, like, I've always been like a heavy sleeper. You can have a gun war, you can have a fight, you can have a shootout. The world could be ending. If I'm asleep, I will not know. So I'm sleeping, you know, getting my rest. I'm getting my rest. It get a little later on. I look at my phone. Well, no, actually, no. Now that I think about it, I woke up because I hear like I hear my dad like knocking on the door. I hear him not knocking, banging. And not even banging, kicking it down. When I tell you this man was literally in here like he was a fireman at this time. Like at this time that was Fireman Lynn. Me and him got the same name. But he was Fireman Lynn that day. He kicked my door down. And my door is still broke to this day because of that. He kicked my door down. And you would think yeah, I'm like literally laying down right here. Same bed frame and everything just like this. I'm laying down, I'm sleeping, and out of nowhere, like I said, I hear him like dum 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 dum. Like I'm telling you, like this man is going AWOL on my door. Like my door gets bust open. I wake up, like I told you, because I didn't hear it at first, but y'all, the grease done bubbled up. The grease done did a whole 360 in my kitchen. I didn't hear any of that because I told y'all I'm a heavy sleeper. Like I didn't hear none of that. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I would say it is what it is, but, you know, it really wasn't. I shouldn't have cooked if I knew I was going to go to sleep. But, He wake me up, and I would think that he, come in, pick me up on the shoulder, take me out, see if I'm okay. This man come in here and start beating me. I got, yeah. I'm waking up and I'm getting beaten. I'm confused because I'm like, what did I do? I'm like, Dad, is there something I did? Like, what was it? I was so confused because like I was like, dang, what am I getting beat for? I'm confused. Like I could at least see if I did something at school, and I'm like, oh, the teacher done, but I did not know what was going on at the time. And then I'm getting beaten, so I see like smoke, and I'm like hearing the fire alarm thing go off, and I'm like, I burnt the house down. Like at first, I didn't know how bad it was. I was petrified when I had to walk in there and see. I was so, like truly scared. But then I was like, okay, it can't be that bad because obviously they got in here. But I walk in there and my kitchen is melted, like literally melted. I don't know if I can pull up pictures. I could. Like if I could pull up pictures, I would. I think my mom got some. I'll probably just ask her to send me some and I'll put it on the video. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, like just imagine this is the stove top. Let's just pretend like this is the stove top. Okay, this is the stove top. The grease was right here in the pan. And we have like a stove. We have like a I don't know if y'all have it, but like the little kitchen lights things that they be like that the black parents be keeping on at night. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The little topper thing that every black parent got that they keep on at night. This thing right here, it melted. Like it was falling off. Like I think it was like hanging like this. Like it was probably hanging like this. And this whole entire wall was like melted. Like the wallpaper was bubbling up. The rooftop at the time was like smoked out. Like it was so dark and gray. It was whew, it was terrible, y'all. It was really, really, really bad. Oh, and before I carry on, because now that I remember, like I told you guys, my parents usually get off at a certain time, or they would either my mom would be here at a certain time for me to be at. I think did she pick me up from school that day? I'm trying to figure out did she pick me up from school that day, and then I think she said she was coming back. I think that's what the mother truckers was supposed to be doing. So they told the one they picked me up and like dropped me off home. They said that they were coming right back. That's what it was. Now that I remember, they said they were coming right back. Like they dropped me off here, and they were like, okay, yeah, we'll be back in a few. I'm like, okay, boom, they'll be back in a few. But I should have known that in a few means a few hours. But I thought that it was gonna be back, but I didn't think like that was gonna happen. But I just knew that they was gonna be back. So I'm thinking like, oh well, y'all said y'all was gonna be back. So like, if anything do happen, y'all here. Well, y'all will be here at least. And but anyways, back to what I was saying. I see that the kitchen's on fire. It looks terrible. I feel bad because like obviously who wants to like do that? And I knew that I was gonna get in like so much trouble, which I already did. Before I even woke up, I was in trouble. Like I just knew like I don't know. I thought I wasn't gonna go to my graduation. I thought that was gonna be the day I die. Like that I thought it was over that day. Like that day was just one for the books, and it was kind of scary for a little while because like I said, I was young at that time, and I was like, dang, that could have ended badly. It could have got back here to my room, and we have a heater, so if that fire catches this fire, or we have like a gas stove, a gas thing in the kitchen, worst push come to shove, worst could have happened, and something could have made the house explode, and that could have been RIP me. And so I think all that was running through my head at the time, but it didn't hit me as hard until I like realized like, dang, that could have like went left very quickly, very, very quickly. But so I see them and I see my sister, which I was excited about. I was happy about it, because I didn't see her as much because like I said, she did go to another school. I was excited, but I was shocked because I'm like, well, what you doing here? And they tell me, they like, well, we went to go get her for your graduation. I'm like, oh, why y'all didn't just take me? I wouldn't have mind riding. But it was a surprise. So they did surprise me with my sister. Which I was like, that was a surprise. Thank you. But like, you know, I think if they would have told me, I probably would have went with them. But not putting the blame on them, but I probably would have went with them had that happened. Had they told me at least. So, um, so yeah, like we was all in starstruck. They was happy to see that I wasn't hurt, you know. Um, besides the kitchen being on fire, they was upset, you know, but they couldn't have been too mad because they was understand. They was actually very, very, very understanding with the situation, which is very surprising because usually usually they're not really so understanding, but with that situation they really was understanding. I do appreciate that because that could have went left. They didn't take my phone. I did get a beating, so I mean, but that was that was understandable. I didn't mind that beating. I'm like, you know, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, fuck it, give it to me. Like, I deserve it. But other than that, like, you know, like they wasn't really too bad on me because I don't know, like, I mean, like, what, like, things do happen, like accidents do happen, and now, I mean, I'm grown now, so it's like I know not to do that no more. But I think we get to the day of the graduation. You know, I do my speech. I do yeah, I do my speech. I do it well. I get it. Oh my god, you guys, I did that so freaking good. Like when I tell you I did my speech, and so I also had her say something to the crowd, which was like 10 out of 10.
And today, her dream of always going to Disney World came true.
Thank you for all of this.
So that happened. The graduation happened that same day, I believe. My parents came. I took graduation pictures with some of my friends and family. I'll put those pictures up and stuff like that. And yeah, I went to a party that day too. Because that year it was my sister, my older sister, who supports my YouTube channel a lot. It was her graduation as well. And so yeah, we went to her graduation as well, and they had a party, and you know, it was for the seniors in high school, and I ended up going because I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to be a freshman, so I'm gonna go, you know, mingle a little bit, see some of the juniors and the finna be seniors, and da. Had a good time, had a blast, and just so thankful to like still be here and still be able to talk to you guys. And yeah, so crazy because it could have took a left turn, and I'm so glad that it didn't, because if it didn't have, I wouldn't have been able to be this far in life. So I do think that, you know, I cheated death that day. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you have any comments or any concerns or any more questions following up the situation, or any more in detailed questions, don't be afraid to comment down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social medias if you don't follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Don't forget to turn on my post notifications, and also subscribe to my channel so you, my love, can be a part of my crew. And over here we look good, we make money, and I don't know, we just at the top of our game. I don't know really what to call y'all yet. I'm probably not gonna do that until I get a bigger platform, but so far everybody who subscribed to me are pretty successful. You ain't hear from me though. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have a beautiful morning. If you're waking up, if you're going to sleep, good night, get some rest. Make sure y'all are drinking y'all water, get your vitamins in, and wear sunscreen. That pretty much concludes today's video. I love you guys so much. Peace and